say a special good Friday morning to our listeners and viewers. Welcome. It's to the point for today. It's the 6th day of December. Welcome once again. Those of you via, of course, Classic Radio, welcome. Those of you listening via our social media platforms, you're viewing via social media platforms, good morning to you also. It's a lovely day in the Spice Isle for me. It's a little raining on the outdoors this morning. Not the heavy showers, but it keeps the temperature down a little bit. Of course, there are folks who are certainly happy for that. There are folks who may not be happy for that for various reasons. Those of you who are viewing GBN TV, also whether it's Channel 7, Channel 11, Channel 20, good morning. I'm GT, your host this morning here on To The Point, and I'm rolling solo this morning here on To The Point, which means it's an open line edition this morning. Your calls are welcome. 435-2041, 435-2041, and simply, of course, give me a call. Let's hear from you this morning. Express your views, your concerns, that little bit of an issues that is, of course, is of concern to you, and you want to, of course, contribute to, of course, talking about that. Feel free to do it on the program this morning. I beg of you to keep your contributions as short and to the point as possible. Folks, don't forget the usual. When you're calling, make sure all devices in the background are turned off. Whatever device that there is in the background, whether it's just a television or the radio, turn it off completely. You call me when you're through making your contribution. You can turn it back up once again. Feel free to do so. All right, let's go to the telephone line and get to our first caller. Caller, you're live. Good morning.
Morning, GT.
How are you this morning, sir?
Yes, I'd like to bring attention. I was listening to the citizens of Grenada this morning on the radio station. A lady named Anne Marie and another man bring us to their attention to the Grenadian, all the people of Grenada. The Financial Institute, we need to get with our ministers and have them change the laws to protect our monies in the Financial Institute. I just want to bring to their attention that to pass the laws to protect our money, because they're telling us that they take care of our money, charging us all kind of fees, but yet our money is being stolen. Have a good weekend.
Thank you. That's a relevant point there this morning, and of course I hope the relevant authorities are taking note of that. We've been hearing of those things that are happening from time to time at various institutions. Yeah, so that is a little bit worrisome, eh? I know. Caller, you're live. Good morning.
Good to see you.
Good morning to you, sir.
Yeah, I now came from my lands. Coming back on my way, I passed inside of my lands. And we actually, some yams I plant very late. They now start to, but whosoever they got a whole big bed of yams. Look, all the young baby yams on them is on the ground with all the plants on them. This is not right, because farmers facing disaster. And we're trying to build back our agricultural land. They got a whole big bed of yams.
That is not nice, scholar. That is not nice to hear at all. Yeah. Hello?
I need this Christmas season to like this. The law. Now you have to have your receipt who you buy the things and them from. You have to have a farmer's ID card, which you present your farmer's ID card. You have to have your receipt book that you buy from me. I sign my thing for you. You get the receipt from me, which you have it to show to the public.
But Kola, have you tried speaking to the police, the Pedialasty Task Force? Have you spoken to them? They could, of course, make a report in relation to that. Have you tried that this morning already?
No, I go to Glen and Hustle, but I always call on the behalf of myself. I always keep on calling on the behalf of farmers, the lasses.
Yeah, but I was asking if you actually spoke to the Pedialasty Task Force in relation to that, because if your produce have been stolen or whatever produce you have has been stolen, that is not a good thing at all.
Well, I did spoke to them this morning, but I'll be going to Grenville later and Hustle that I'll be going to the station and make
Okay, good. I hope you get some satisfaction from that, all right?
Yeah, thank you very much.
Have a good morning, man. 445-2041. Don't forget, the WhatsApp is also open for you to make your contribution via. That's 445-2041 is via the WhatsApp. You could also call me there. And we go back to the phone line. Caller, you are live. Good Friday morning to you.
Good morning to you. I'm calling from Marigot in St. John's. Since on the 6th of July, the lights went off I went in the office and reported many times. I called on your radio station many times and reported, and up to today.
Are you talking about a street light or the sort?
Yes, G015. Many times I made a report, and up to this, since on the 6th of July.
And no one has, of course, no one from the company who's responsible for that has shown up to look into it?
No.
No one.
Since on the 6th of July, I went in the office and reported.
All right.
He was telling me about the situation in Carriacou. I know the situation in Carriacou is there, but we in December. And I heard of people that call way after that, and the light went back on.
All right. Well, I'm not sure the reason or the reasons why they haven't, of course, attended to that one as yet. And I hope by you doing it this morning again, making that a report in relation to that, I hope that they will look into it and have it resolved. All right?
Thank you.
Have a good morning.
For a good one.
435-2041, 435-2041. That's the number. You could be part of the program this morning. It's open line this morning. Folks, let's hear from you. Your views, your concerns in relation to issues that's of concern to you. Feel free to do so. Let's go back to the phone line. Caller, you are live. Good morning. Good morning, caller. You're live.
Good morning, Mr. Telesford. Greetings. How are you, Mr. Telesford?
Doing good as always, sir. How are you this morning?
Pretty all right.
All right.
I beg your indulgences to make two comments. Well,
go right ahead, please.
The third one, but I'll, in the interest of time. This morning there was a conversation on the early morning program with Mr. Joseph. It has to do with recent reports, international reports from NBC, that Grenada is one of four countries contacted by the new administration of the United States in the transitionary process. It has to do with the deportation of illegal immigrants, quote unquote, aliens as some of them call it, from the United States. It is evident that the comments coming in from the public this morning that the majority of the people did not read the article completely. There are doubts about whether or not it's being generated by AI, etc. But I recall reading the entire article, and at the end of the article, there's an author. The name of the author is identified. Her name starts in A, but I can't remember the full name now. So many things to think about. So there's no doubt about it. As a matter of fact, it was confirmed by the BBC, the British Broadcasting Corporation, in the wee hours of this morning. So there's no doubt about this. Further to that, Mr. Telesford, the government of the Bahamas have expressed to the globe, to the world, that they received communication and they have taken a negative decision on it. Turks and Caicos, similarly, I've heard about Panama, the third country, and of course, my point is this, Mr. Joseph, if up to now, our government hasn't said a word about it.
Well, there's actually, Mr. Oda, not to cut you, but there's an official statement been released, of course, this morning, and I will read it soon after you wrap up. I will read that official statement.
Very interesting. But anyway, when the comment was made this morning, that was not clear. But now that is there. But the question is this is such a powerful matter. Shouldn't the voice of the thus referred to Prime Minister be there to talk about this powerful matter? Now, indeed, what Donald Trump is, no pun meant, Trump. That's how the Spanish people say. He can't send people and dump people on Grenada as he so desires, clearly. But let's get it clear. The Grenadians, God forbid, but if there are any Grenadians to be deported, then we can reject them. That's our people. They were born and bred here. So that was misunderstood by the comments heard this morning from some of the people. So Grenadians that come back, we have to receive them. But we cannot receive people of other countries because there's a powerful danger in that. And that is stipulated too in the document published by NDC. For the countries who refuse to accept their own citizens are those that will be deposited in other countries. Proposals all the way, but it's good, it's important as we study preventative maintenance that we all look out early, that the government of Grenada cannot, under any circumstance, as a matter of fact, should refrain from going into any discussions about this issue. To the second point, Mr. Telesford, sir, as I end it. Yesterday morning, a gentleman called into your station on the early morning program again, the one prior to yours, and he made a suggestion. Assistance to Cuba from Grenadians, the government of Grenada, and even went as far as even possible from CARICOM. He promised there publicly to start the program going to $100. Cuba is going through very serious, continues to go through, based on this criminal embargo by the government of the United States for 60 plus years, 62 years, I mean, yeah, thereabout. Now, can we do anything to help? Pay attention, Grenadians. Even Cuba going through its roughest times in the 1970s, late 1970s into 1983. Came here, sacrificed their lives, their families, and otherwise they came here to help us to construct an iconic job that is there for us, serving us today. And maintain our contact with the world at Point Celine International Airport, today known as the Morris Bishop. In addition to that, through agriculture, through education, Cuba has opened itself up to with the little that they have. They have served the Caribbean with no personal interest. They saw themselves and continue to see themselves as Caribbean, Spanish-speaking, yes. They have helped Barbados. They have helped Trinidad and Tobago. They have helped Guyana. They have helped majority of the English-speaking Caribbean. And therefore, I share the view of the gentleman and all those who called in yesterday morning. This is a powerful, most powerful half an hour, 3/4 hour that was ever spent on the radio. I learned this morning too that an account will be opened at Ariza. I don't want cash coming in, but I'll tell you what, even it's 10 US bucks, I shall find it and put it there. If I had to cut short my budget for my fish for 2-3 days, I will do it. And I want to call on Grenadians to do the same. We have to, in some way, assist Cuba in the most trying times in their lives. Had Cuba much more than they have today, they would help the Caribbean. They have helped the Caribbean and will continue because the ideology is one of solidarity. And they have never failed. So we have a duty to help them, moral duty to help them. Let us do it, brothers. I call upon the workers or the ex-workers of the construction of the international airport to step forward. $5 ULSS, 5 EC dollars, whatever you can. Please, brothers and sisters, because women work hard there too. And Grenadians in general, let's show our solidarity with the Cuban people because they helped us and they continue to help us. Thank you very much, Mr. Telesford.
Thank you, sir. Have a good morning yourself. And of course, I appreciate your contribution there this morning. And there's actually an official statement from the Office of the Prime Minister, and they advised that, of course, advises that the government of Grenada has not engaged in any discussion regarding the deportation of migrants to Grenada. Furthermore, no proposal has been presented regarding this matter. Now, this clarification comes amidst concerns raised surrounding an NBC News article claiming that the incoming Trump administration plan to deport some migrants to countries other than their own. So that's an official statement there coming from the Office of the Prime Minister. Hey folks, 435-2041. We go back to the phone line. We do have a caller via WhatsApp. I've been on hold for a wee bit, my apology. Caller via WhatsApp, good morning, and you're live.
Good morning, sir. I strongly agree with the previous caller pertaining to the helping of Cuba. Secondly, I have some great messages to share to you and your listeners, sir. Now, these messages, you won't get them on mainstream media, but because the Lord cared for us so much, He used whatever means possible to give us hope, to encourage us in these trying times. We are now hearing of wars and rumors of war. And then He gave 3 messages. I'll just name the channels. Sons of God channel, Heart Dwellers channel, they're on YouTube, and another one, Mother of the End Time Refugees. It's not about religion now. It's about God trying to reach His people in every way possible. So the most recent message that came is that if there is a war, He has already prepared refugees. I mean, think about it, that God sent our angels all over the world to build places for His faithful children to stay, to remove them from places of danger. Already as we speak, He's marking His faithful children for it. With invisible marks, He's sending our guardian angel. And it is like in Egypt, when God wanted to chastise the firstborns of the Egyptians, He told Moses to put the blood of the lamb on the posts of the Israelites so they will be identified. It's a similar thing he's doing for us today. Now, two things can happen here. He's promised that he can leave his faithful children in their own home and make it a place of refuge for them. But some, he can move in these refuges. They are built all over the world. God is God. There is nothing can do. What he's asking us to do now, repent, pray, fast, practice brotherly love, be charitable, be forgiving, stay away from gossip and mischief making, help one another, reach out to the poor and needy, and trust in him. Do not give up, trust in him. I'm encouraging people to pray Psalm 91:51. Catholics, pray your rosary and the Divine Mercy Chaplet. He's asking for that, and he's asking us, do not fear, but repent and show love to one another, care for one another. He's making provisions for us, even in the worst of disasters, in the worst of war, whatever. God is with us.
Thank you.
Thank you, sir.
Thank you, caller. Thank you very much. We do have another caller via caller. Good morning. You're welcome.
Hi, good morning.
Good morning to you.
I'm visiting from the States. I'm in Rivulet Lane, and I have no water for 3 days. I like to know what's going on.
Wow.
3 days we haven't got water here.
Have you spoken to the last the folks
I don't
responsible?
know who to call. I don't know. I use all my bottled waters, and I just,
But have you spoken to neighbors who may be able to, who have maybe more knowledge than you in the reason why you have no water?
No.
You haven't spoken to anyone?
No.
I will certainly try to make a call and find out for you, and of course find out what's the issue with what's happening there for you.
Thank you very, very much.
Have a good morning.
And you have a blessed one.
You too. Have a good one. 435-2041. It's an open line edition of To The Point for today. It's Friday, the 6th day. Is it the 6th day? I'm always forgetting what day it is. Yeah, it's actually the 6th day of December. Let's go back to the phone line, and after this caller, we go take a break. Caller, your life. Good morning.
Yeah, morning, host. Yes, I want to respond to a positive with the lady with the religious fanatics saying that if there's a war, North Africa, an account for just one country doesn't fit the whole situation. When Haiti gets back on its feet, we need to open an account for them also. So people in North Africa, I can't think of a country that's dying like flies, women and children. And Haiti, these places need an account and managed properly to get to the people who really need it the most. Have a blessed weekend.
You too, caller. Have a good one. And we have a contribution here from someone via the WhatsApp that's saying the government of Grenada should be transparent to the people by letting them know if they were contacted, and of course this approval of such an idea, even though millions of dollars would dangle in their faces. I'm not sure where this contribution is coming from, but it is what it is. Let's take a break. When we do come back, we have much more for you. Stay with us. It's To The Point for today, Friday the 6th of December. We'll be right back after the break.
Tourism is me, tourism is you, tourism is everybody, and tourism connects us all.
Did you know that tourism generates revenue and foreign exchange earnings?
Did you know it stimulates infrastructural development and facilitates cultural exchange among people?
You must know tourism is linked to all industries,
from agriculture to construction.
So support the industry today and be welcoming to all our visitors.
Tourism is my business. Tourism is your business. Tourism is our business. Listen, one and all. Tourism connects us all.
A message from the Ministry of Tourism
and the Grenada Tourism Authority.
Hello everyone, here is an invitation to join me this and every Sunday until December 22nd for Yuletide Sundays, GBN TV and K105 FM from 5 p.m. to 7 p.m. as we feature the best in traditional Christmas music and the opportunity to win great gifts including cakes, hams and a range of beverages. Yuletide Sundays, 5 p.m. to 7 p.m. until December 22nd. Compliments Grenville Credit Union, Grenada Paper Products, Carries the Light, and 5 Island Drinks Hard Seltzer.
Grenada, get ready to celebrate the magic of the season with Christmas with GBN. Starting November 4th, join us weekdays from 10 a.m. to 12 noon on GBN Television, K105 and Hot 98. Monday kicks off with traditional stories and wellness, featuring a storytelling session with Labukan Creative Center, giveaways, nutrition tips, and live calls to share your holiday wishes. On Tuesday brings Craft Day with live and pre-recorded workshops guided by local artisans. Join us for more giveaways and connect through live calls. Wednesday features an outdoor production showcase, giving local sponsors a chance to shine from 10 a.m. to 12 noon. On Thursday, it highlights a local cuisine showcase at True Blueberry Resort. And on Friday, it wraps up the week with live entertainment in our studio, showcasing local artists and more opportunities for live calls.
Welcome back, listeners. Welcome back, viewers, to The Point here on Classic Radio GBN TV. It's Friday, the 6th of December, folks, and we have an open line edition this morning, which means listeners and viewers have the option of calling and sharing your views and concerns on issues that is of some concern to you. Let's go back to the phone line. Caller, you're alive. Good morning.
Good morning, GT, and how are you today, sir?
Doing pretty well, sir. How are you this morning?
All right, for now. In concern with this deportation of these migrants or what, I heard the news. It was a statement, but what really happened, and they name some of the countries that they'll be selecting to take these migrants from to send to. Grenada is one that will be sending to. Migrants from like Venezuela in America that is sent back may have to come to Grenada, but not in that way. What will have to happen? Not us, we on the ground, the politicians that like money and want to make decisions, because what they said, maybe they even confirming to build prisons for you if you accept it, and money. So you'll be getting paid for that. So as if we want to accept that, we'll accept it. But we know already with our history with our governments, they're saying no, and then a couple days after they come and say, all right, because of this and that, we'll accept. But is the leader that accept money and also a prisoner and agree to take the other country people in Grenada together with our Grenadian deportees. It's not just randomly sending back. It's something that have to be talked about, discussed. So it's all up to our leaders. Thank you.
Thank you, caller. Appreciate your call a whole lot. 435-2041. That's the number to go live this morning here on the program. Let's hear you confirm you. Caller, your life. Good morning.
Good morning.
Good morning to you.
Calling, right, and complain. Since we had this slide with the heavy rain, this water came down, all things. They sent a gang the morning to clean it, and they left it on the side of the road.
What area are you talking about, my dear? Which area, to be precise? Laborie. Mm-hmm.
Yes. And they left it on the side of the road. I said 3 days, let me see if they will take it up. They did not take it up. I called Ministry of Health, they put me onto mobilization. I called that place 3 times, and they did not come. They said they will send an officer. I don't know what officer. It was a field officer or a police officer. I don't know. They send a gang to work, maybe debushing, and they take same garbage and put on it. So then, what is really going on? We have to look at the pride before the fall. It's still there this morning. So I'm asking you, please, call the authority. Let them see if they can move it. Okay?
Thank you, caller. Thank you a whole lot. 435-2041, and I will certainly see what I can do in terms of having some assistance in regards to that. 435-2041, let's go to the WhatsApp caller. You are live. Good morning.
Hi, good morning to Grenada.
Good morning.
Everybody in Grenada. I would like to say I endorse this with Cuba. I mean, they helped us a lot, so I endorse it that we should try to do something to help them. And we shouldn't, look at what America doing, and because these people and them, they're gonna send these immigrants and them in Grenada. America, they need unrest, and any country they could get unrest for them to fight the war and do what they have to do, they're gonna do it. And it's time people open their eyes to see what America gives them. They are warmongers. Thank you. Have a blessed day and prepare for what is going to come.
Same to you, caller. Have a great day yourself, and I appreciate your call. 435-2041. 435-2041. Let's go back to the phone line. We do have another caller. Caller, you are live. Good morning.
Hi. Good morning, Mr. Telesford. How are you doing?
I'm doing good. How are you this morning?
I'm blessed, but I have a little complaint about a young man, Mr. Telesford. I have his name and his number, but I won't call it. Today makes 10 days. He came in my shop and he asked me to give him a little favor. His girlfriend just called him. She's in the hospital and she's hungry. She wants a lunch. So if I could give him a lunch to bring back the money for me Friday. Mr. Telesford, when I take out the lunch, I give him $2, and Mr. Hungry too. If you could give me one, I will pay tomorrow. Mr. Telesford, I give him this 2 lunch. To come to pay me Friday. Friday, he passed last week. When he passed the shop, I see him going up, I call him and say, hey, man, he said, oh God, I look for you, but I didn't see you. I said, no, when you come for the lunch, you come inside the shop and you promise to pay today. He said, well, a shop with the little money that I have, everything. So I said, no, I'm disappointed with you. Because if you know you had to pay me today, say I hold back the $30 and bring it for me today because I was so kind. He said, okay, I'm going to bring it for you Monday. Mr. Telesford, look up to today. I've been calling his number. I don't know if it's the right number he gave me. I don't even know if it's the right name or down on the book. But people must not do that, Mr. Telesford.
That is not nice. That is certainly not nice at all.
When people do your favor, you must remember to return the favor. Because I didn't want to do it, Mr. Telesford. Them could go in down there in any one of them food place and ask for a 2 lunch shop. They won't get it.
And you didn't have to. You didn't have to do it also.
I didn't have to do it. But Mr. Telesford, anytime I hear somebody say they're hungry, I know how it feels to be hungry. So like they just break me with hunger. But I asking the young man, please try and bring my money for me. I need it to do my business.
Well, you may get some blessings coming to your way in some other way or the other, so
all that other story, because people will reach out to me. But I like some Grenadians so easy.
And he creates a bad for other folks who may actually really want it, yeah? I know.
That's right. Sometime I remember with the Cuban, Mr. Telesford, over 50 years, America have Cuba. And that never damned the spirit of the Cuban people to go all over to help people, whether doctors, engineers, anything they help in. So I'm happy to know when Grenada speaking out more, you opening accounts and everything to help the Cuban people. But I feel if we had do that long before we would show the Americans that we don't happy with the way they treat them, perhaps they might not be on Bago for 50 years. It's not easy to close your door on a human being for this amount of years, Mr. Telesford. But let us continue to help them now. Thank you. Have a good weekend.
You too. Have a good day and a blessed weekend to come. All right? Be good. All right. Let's go. WhatsApp caller, good morning, and you're live. And I think our WhatsApp caller is having a little bit of connection problem there. 435-2041, that's the number if you want to be part of To The Point this morning. Let's entertain a caller once again. Caller, you're live. Good morning.
Good morning, GD.
Good morning to you.
Thank you for taking the call. The fishing boats that are still moored up along the Caranage seems to be increasing in numbers. We've got 2 partially submerged ones towards the far end near Spice Island Imogen. They're sinking, and so, of course, nobody's taken care to get them out or get them out from the area. It looks pretty unsightly. But the fishing boats still have a whole whole number of them there with their ropes tied across the walkway. Now, we have a lot of visitors coming in, and there's a cruise ship in today. We even have a cruise ship in on Christmas Day with over 3,000 passengers. And I noticed a lot of them are actually walking around the Carenage. I don't know what can be done. You know, we're a very stubborn people. We don't follow the rules. But these fishing boats, as I said, there seem to be more of them now in and around the Carenage. Some have tied up properly, but we still have some that tie their ropes across the walkway. So people are at risk of falling. So I'm wondering whether the relevant authorities, whether it's the Minister of Infrastructure or whoever, somebody needs to walk around there and have a look and advise the fishermen, please tie up your boats in a way that people are not going to trip on any rope and fall into the sea, because it is a real problem. So thank you very much.
Thank you for your contribution also. Caller via WhatsApp, good morning and you're live.
Morning, sir. How are you?
Doing pretty well. How are you this morning?
Oh, it is raining in my neck of the woods.
All right.
Yes. I mean, the thing is that, I understand the complaint the lady make about the tying of the rope across a sidewalk. I mean, it is amazing. A sidewalk you're talking about, where people walking, people that probably cannot see well, people who might be gazing, and you have this rope. And this is happening for years, okay? So they need to do something about it. This rope, if somebody trip there and they fall, who would be sued? Who will take the medical bills? Right, that is one. On behalf of the Cuban people, I must say I did pledge $100, but then I will top it up a little bit by paying service charge to that money. So probably I'll put a 5% and things. Wrong it up to about $300. I'll be paying that too.
All right, so that's just extra incentives for individuals to be part of it also.
Absolutely, because I don't already fly on the airport, but the fact that the amount of work this plan did for us,
all right.
Should be grateful as the people, and people are calling and saying, why they don't say, okay, they go contribute, make a contribution. I don't have plenty money, but you think that could make me richer or poorer? No, I don't think so.
Certainly not.
People need to make contribution, and Mr. Innocent said that there would be a account number in which credit union it is. I hope people contribute genuinely. $1, one easy dollar, whatever you have, give them. They need it. Because when we was in India, they came and help us. So I hope that people at this call and talk on behalf of Cuba make an effort to say that they will pledge something. Thank you, my brother.
Thank you also, caller. And it's a wonderful idea, and I certainly hope that we as Grenadians will go forward and contribute. We contribute to a lot of things sometimes, and this is actually a very, very great initiative to go ahead and help the folks of Cuba. Let's go back to the phone line. Let's see who's there. Caller, you're live.
Morning, GD.
Good morning to you, sir.
Yeah, morning to Great Kirku and PT Matnik and season greetings.
Same to you.
I'm just calling to back up the two last callers with the rope tie on the sidewalk. Now, I'm a visionary impaired man. I can't see nothing. And I use my cane to find my way. Now, this rope on the sidewalk in front of these business places on the Carenage Way with these big iron boats is very dangerous. Listen, let me tell you something. Let me tell Grenada something. If somebody trips on one of these ropes and fall between the boat and the wall, the boat does always come back onto the wall or on some tire. That person's head could be crushed, or the person could die by squeezing between the wall and the boat.
Are we hoping nothing of that nature would occur, though?
Yeah, but what I'm saying is that it could. Because look at the conversation we have now pertaining to the rope on the sidewalk. A sidewalk is for pedestrian to walk, not for no rope to be across tying no boat. It's supposed to have some buoy or some sucker into the wall that the rope could tie in. The sidewalk's supposed to be free for pedestrians. So I'm calling on the authority as a visionary impaired man to look into that. Yes, something happening, and nobody looking into it. Thank you.
Thank you. Appreciate your contribution also, caller, of course, and I certainly hope that the authorities will look into that as soonest and have that taken care of. As most of the callers has mentioned, it's been there for a wee bit. This is nothing new. It's been there for a long time, and I think it has gotten to the stage where, it has something seriously has to be done in relation to that. Folks, we due for a break. Let's take it. We come back into the final segment of the program this morning. Stay with us. It's to the point.
When you need
Coming up, it's the season for love as this movement makes a difference for yet another year. The food we're serving, cocktails flowing, and the rhythms ongoing. Welcome everyone to a truly joyous edition of Caribbean Passport. It's all next on this station.
I tell people nurses are not just nurses in the region. We really do owe them sincere appreciation, love, gratitude.
Meeting people in a vulnerable state, it's definitely a calling. And that's why I chose this profession.
We appreciate these people for really bringing us through challenging times. We appreciate you. We love you.
Be viewing Caribbean Medical TV on this station.
I'm Kenroy Batiste from GBN News. Season's greetings, everyone. Wishing you the very best for the holiday season. Spend time with each other, be good to each other, and celebrate each other. Looking ahead to 2025, my wish is for love, joy, and peace to reign in your life. Go forth, do more, and be more. You are loved.
After weeks of competitive football, the 14th edition of the Carib Wagiti Super Knockout is down to the grand final, Saturday, 7 December at the Kirani James Athletic Stadium from 8 p.m. Third place playoff between Queen's Park Rangers and Spice Mobile Idlers. Then from 10 p.m. we get set for the championship matchup, FC Camahorn versus Paradise FC International. Who will it be in 2024? Then after the games, we head stateside as we welcome from Jamaica, Nige Boy. Girl, if you want me, Nige Boy live. Alongside our very own Lava Man, Boise, Super Flint, K-Don, and Solid, the band. Admission $50 main stand, $40 bleachers and secondary stand. The grand final is on this Saturday, December 7th. Don't miss it.
Welcome back, listeners. Welcome back, viewers, to the Point Classic Radio GBN TV. It's 15 minutes moving out before the top 10. We have about approximately 10 more minutes left on today's program. Don't forget, Christmas with GBN comes up at the top of the hour. Let's go back to the phone line. Caller, you're live.
Thank you, Mr. Telesford. I beg your humble indulgence.
Go right ahead, sir. Go right ahead.
Certainly be remiss of me if I didn't make a comment relative, quote-unquote, accessibility of the people with disabilities on the sidewalks of the country. Those who know me to an extent will recognize that I hardly go into St. George say for the same reason. The sidewalks, and don't talk about the carnage. The gentleman spoke of an experience there, similarly with me. In front of food fair was literally lifted off. I didn't touch the rope, step on it, but it moved. Seemingly, just at the time I was crossing, making a step, I slipped, but I slipped on the inner side because I hugged the inner side. You develop skills to move out, Mr. Gentleman, but you don't expect to meet these things because the duty of the state, according to Article 9 of the United Nations Convention on the Rights of People with Disabilities, is to provide accessibility for all all people with disabilities to mobilize whatever part of this here country that they so desire, right in front between Hubbard's Day. I felt this something like a spade on another occasion, getting in under my boots. Clearly I use very powerful boots with steel toes and otherwise. When I catch myself, it was the ramp shifting on the sidewalk, ramp to a boat that was shifting on the side. And when I say, what the beep is that? Someone on the boat said, why the beep, beep, beep? You don't stay home. That happens in Grenada. That is Grenada. So I understand what happened, Mr. Telesford. You call the port authorities, not their duty. You call the fisheries division, it's not their duty. Who else do you call? You call the police, it's not their duty. What is happening in this here country with these irresponsible people at the helm of this country? They care nothing of the Grenadian people. That's why we have start prepared to shift them and change the nasty, sinking, dirty system that keeps them in office. Thank you very much, Mr. Telesford, sir.
Have a good day, sir, and a good weekend to come. Call via WhatsApp. Good morning, and you're live.
Good morning, GT.
Good morning, sir. How are you this morning?
Not too bad, man. It's freezing up here, man. We got like about 3 days now.
You know there's a remedy for that, right?
Okay, I'm trading place with GT. GT come in the US and I go to Grenada.
I was speaking more, of course, on your part of it. You know, come to Grenada and you won't have that problem. Let's hear from you. What's your contribution this morning?
My contribution, first I want to say, I want to say I like the way Brother Rollo has been very passionate when it comes to people with disability. And I mean, he's been an advocate for people with disability as himself. And then I think the government should really listen. And I think this government will do something really good for them. You know, so Brother Rollo, keep fighting. I'm with you on that one. Yeah. Okay, I heard people who are speaking about like the next administration to come in the US will be deporting people and sending some people from different countries like to the Caribbean and thing. GT, it's not going to happen because what people in Grenada have to realize that the United States government is operated by two forces, which we call the Senate and the House. All right, and even though the Republican Party won the both of them, all right, Donald Trump just can't just send people back like that. They have to go through the Senate. And right now, there is 7 people within the Senate right now that are opposed to the things that Donald Trump doing. You understand? And then they have to realize that next year, there will be an election coming up for a lot of members of the Senate. So there could be a chance where Democrats could get back the Senate. They may not get back the House, but they could get back the Senate. And then once Democrats get it, Donald Trump wouldn't have his way to just go really freely and doing stuff like that. All right, so we have to realize that. So let us not get excited because of the news you might hear from NDC. You got to realize the media house in America right now, they don't have nothing to talk about. You understand? So then they're looking for news and they're pushing Donald Trump and this immigration business. Okay, what basically I really want to talk about is Chester Humphrey. On Monday, I was listening to Beyond the Headline, and Chester Humphrey made a statement about NDC like during the election that people wasn't going to vote for NDC, and when they reach in the poll and then they change their mind and then they vote for NDC. And I mean, for somebody who should be knowledgeable talking all this nonsense, because that is utter nonsense. You understand? When we look at the rallies between the NMP and the NDC, you know, we could see where people was leading to. And even the same Peter Wickham didn't even give a poll, which he normally does. You know, because I remember the same year he went all in St. Lucia, he gave polls, but when come to Grenada, he couldn't give a poll because he was friend of Kit Mitchell. So when Chester will make such a statement about people change, basically like he telling me, because I remember the difference in the vote was over 10,000 people, right, voters, right, and then you can come and tell me that 10,000 people go to a poll, and when they reach inside to vote, 10,000 people change their mind. This is utter nonsense. You understand? So what I want to say to Grenadians that next week Sunday, not this Sunday, next week Sunday will be the convention, and then we'll be hearing a lot of the Chester Humphrey, the KB, the Hamlet Mark, a couple of these guys, and them will be on radio. And
all right, we seem to have lost the caller there. Maybe we have a little bit of a connection issue. We do have another caller. Caller, your life. Good morning.
Morning, let us go, man. You all right?
Yes, let's go, please. Good morning.
I want to say that despite all the amount of cell phones we have, the level of ignorance is gross in, well, not only in this country, in the region, the world probably. Because everybody have a cell phone, but everybody have a different version of what they are. This thing about the deportation is more than 8 weeks old. That is the whole thing I was discussing campaign really long, since they're nearly shooting in Pennsylvania. And it's not what they say is the case. We're talking about hardcore criminals who are already deported and didn't leave. You understand? And those who come through the border without clarification and so forth. It's a mass thing in the sense that it's about 11 million people involved, but it's not that everybody coming back home.
All right, caller, thank you so much. I think you also have a little bit of distraction by having your radio or television turned on there a wee bit. 435-2041, both WhatsApp and direct calls. 435-2041, that's the number. We have approximately just about 6 minutes or so left on today's program. We go back to the phone line. Caller, you're live. Good morning.
Thank you very much, President. Good morning to one and all. You know, sometimes I wonder if it really makes sense talking at all, because all this sidewalk problem, the roofs and whatnot, etc., I have been speaking about that for the longest while. The loud horns that these trucks blow, man, they really create a problem. I just had an experience here again. Yesterday, even 5 minutes ago, these two black trucks with a red one. Oh gosh, I tell you. I mean, these guys take advantage. Where are the police? Where are those in authority? I mean, I am suffering with a disability, and I have my problems. I've spoken of it on time and time again. 4.5 years, and nothing is happening. I'm wondering, you know, it just forces me, because I remember the goodly man, I call him goodly man still, Hudson Austin, and he gave me an advice one time. He made an apology to me one time, but he gave me an advice one time where I can find some arms and ammunition and whatnot, etc. Maybe I should just probably take his advice and get something going, and then probably people will get serious. Those in authority, I don't know whether they're listening or not, and there are people who keep calling and honoring them and whatnot. You know, there's another thing, common sense. People beat their chest about, they work in bank and they do this and whatnot, etc., how much education they have. But common sense, boy, common sense, that's a problem. I realize it's not common among us, because, hey, thank you very much. Have a good day.
Thank you, caller. Appreciate your call. 435-2041. Now, the family of the late Jacqueline Philip Hyacinth of River Road in St. George wishes to inform all well-wishers that due to unforeseen circumstances, the funeral will not take place today, as was previously announced. The family expressed its profound regrets over the inconvenience this sudden change may cause. A new date will be announced in the shortest possible time. So, folks, please take note of that. Let's go back to the phone line. Caller, you're live. Good morning.
Good morning, brother. How you doing?
Good morning to you. All is well. How are you this morning?
I'm okay. I'm okay. Yesterday, I mean, my brother was by me yesterday, and he spoke about there's a voice note going around on Facebook, and he was so vexed. So I didn't take too much notice on that, because I didn't hear the voice yet. But this morning I heard the voice note, and I was shocked. I was shocked. But he told me yesterday that this person recorded him without his knowledge, and this is something that is very serious. Because how can they record somebody without their knowledge and then publish information on Facebook? I think that should be illegal. That should be something that he should go to the police for that. And that shows the lack of integrity and the lack of people can't trust this individual, because if you record somebody without the knowledge and publish that, people in that party, the NDC party, should be careful also too, because if you have people doing that, they might also do that too. So I think that this is something that people should be concerned about. I think you mean nobody voice that voice is on Facebook. Most people that is listening might know about it, but they have to remember this thing has been recorded with all this individual knowledge. So you were talking and the man recording. Have a nice day, brother.
Thank you, caller. Appreciate your call. We may be able to, if it comes really quickly, accept maybe one more caller before we take a wrap for today's program. Once again, the family of the late Jacqueline Philip Hyacinth of River Road in St. George wishes to inform all well-wishers that due to unforeseen circumstances, the funeral will not take place today as previously announced. Now, the family expresses profound regrets over the inconvenience that this sudden change may cause. A new date will be announced in the shortest possible time. Hey folks, we have just approximately 4 minutes moving out before 10 o'clock this morning. That's where we're going to take a wrap for today's edition of To The Point. I want to thank everyone who called in this morning and expressed their views and their concerns. Thank you a whole lot for being part of the program. This for the entire week. It's our final edition for the week. Join us again on Monday here on Classic Radio GBN TV. Hopefully the Almighty permits health, strength and everything else, and I'll be back with you on Monday for another edition. Until then, have yourself a good one, folks. Reminding you, coming up at the top of the hour, Christmas with GBN. Stay with us, folks. We'll be right back.